Hello everybody, Dr. Blue here. Today I want to talk about something that's been bugging me for a while now. It's these Shoutout series or Shoutout Sunday videos. Let me give you a brief overview of these types of videos. These videos have been around for what seems like forever on YouTube, and originally the concept of them was quite generous. You'd enter this competition and be given the chance to win a shoutout from the host, but the inevitable greed has now twisted these videos to become what they are today, a simple method for you to grow your own channel if you're a small creator. If you've got a small following around 200 subs, you'll actually probably be able to run one of these yourself. Not that I recommend you do, at least not how these people do it. As I said earlier, this topic has been the thing almost forever on YouTube, but has only recently come into the light as a trending topic through some creators in the commentary community. And on that note, I do just want to point out that I'm not bandwagoning, and even if I was, I'm a bit late, aren't I? I've been wanting to talk about this topic forever, even since last Christmas when I spoke to BionicPig and Zaptie on Pig's stream about how I felt it was really hard to grow on YouTube. They both told me that if my work was good enough, it would get noticed, so here I am trying to do just that. Although Zaptie has had some rumours about him surface recently, I still very much value his opinion as a content creator. I'm not going to talk about the other thing too much because that will pull me off topic, and plus I haven't really formed a full opinion about all that as we still don't possess all the facts and maybe never will. So these shoutout videos were originally a thing of good taste and were designed to help smaller creators grow in one of the easiest ways possible, which is a recommendation from your favourite YouTuber. A good example of these recommendations going to work is when Pyrocynical took his week off and had several YouTubers cover him with daily videos for an entire week, which brought forth several creators into relevancy. Something in which Niall is renowned for, helping other creators out of the kindness of his own heart. Hint hint. And these recommendations are now often referred to as shoutouts, and thus brought forth the term Shoutout Sundays, which many small creators have seized as an opportunity. The reason they've seized this as an opportunity is because being shouted out is one of the best ways to grow your channel, preceded by collaboration videos. A lot of small YouTubers want to be shouted out because they know it's the best way to grow, and a lot of these smaller channels who run these shoutout series jump on that and see it as a weakness and prey on it. The example I want to look at today very much brought itself to me, and is what sparked me to make this video. As some of you may know, I published the Walking Dead Season 3 gameplay on my channel a few months ago, and on every single one of those videos I had Shoutout Sunday comments. The example I'm going to talk about was missed by other creators such as ML Joe, who complained about popular examples such as Busy and Josh Guy, who both have visited my channel as well, by the way. No, the example I'm taking is known as Skivat. This guy is friends with these people and is in on this cartel, as ML Joe referred to it. This guy commented the most out of all the channels on my videos, so I guess he wins as being the face of this video. Although I should bring up, he only commented so much because I would remove his comments, repeatedly preventing him from advertising on my channel. I used to let it slide, but I'll leave the sliding to the jackass crew. Now, Skivat, being the truly original guy that he is, copied and pasted the same 3 comments all 3 times, and it reads, "This was a really good video. I really like your content so far. It would mean a lot to me if you could go onto my channel and give me some feedback on my latest videos, and maybe subscribe if you enjoy my content. That would be amazing." We also do a shoutout series in which you join to win 200 plus subs. Now, let's break that down. First of all, I'm going to give you guys, the audience, a question. Do you think he watched any of those 3 videos at all? I'll give you some time to think of your answer. No, he didn't. But Dak, how can you tell? Well, Eric, I can tell because if you watched any of the video at all, he may have commented on something about the video. But no, we just get this was a really good video. A very broad and blanket statement that would fool some of the more gullible people out there, and which I find really ironic as him asking me for specific feedback when he just gives me this blanket statement. So you know what? Seeing as Skivat has been so kind with his feedback, I'll do the same. This video is good. I really liked the part where you spoke out loud. I also really liked the first part of the video where that thing came up. That had me laughing hard. Overall, good video, but I think that the part where the thing was on screen could be improved. Thanks for your feedback on my videos. Also, one other part in this says I could win 200 plus subs if I join a shoutout competition, but this is an outrage, Skivat. It clearly says right here that I should gain millions of subs. I mean, I don't know where you'll get them from, seeing as you only have 18,000. So now that we've completed the if Skivat was honest part of the video, let's go look at the shoutout competition he wants me to join.
Welcome back, guys, it's Skivat, and today we have a shoutout with Skivat episode 7.
What?
Welcome back, guys, it's Skivat, and today we have a shoutout with Skivat episode.
What was that? Can you say that again? I think after doing 6 episodes of trying to pretend to help other people with your shoutouts, maybe it gets kind of exhausting. So Skivat just wants to get out of the way as quick as he can, hence the rush speech, and plus the length of the video is abysmally short.
Now, today we're going to go through the rules, which is subscribe to me, turn my notifications on, subscribe to the winners, and say Skivat sent them to the winners.
I see Skivat takes time in explaining the rules though. He's trying to make sure he doesn't miss out on anyone not subbing. Now, these Shoutout Sundays have sort of degraded into this competition-like style that brings all these rules, and it becomes this cesspool where lots of small YouTubers enter in hopes of getting that shoutout that will gain them millions of subs. I mean, 200 plus subs. It's like those little green aliens in Toy Story hoping to be the one picked out by the Claw.
Who's in charge here?
Claw is our master. Claw chooses who will go and who will stay.
This is ludicrous.
I have been chosen. Farewell, my friends. I go on to a better place.
But in all seriousness, the reason for these rules in Skivat's video are for his own self-growth. You'll find that a lot of people who do these shoutout competitions do it for self-growth rather than actually helping others. So let's look at Skivat's in detail. Number 1, subscribe to me. Now, number 1 is pretty much a must-have for these competitions. See, if you're a YouTuber who wants to start your own shoutout competition, and in most cases you are a small YouTuber, you're doing it because you want to grow yourself rather than other people. What I mean is Skivat created his competition as a way to hoard the masses onto his channel, because to actually win these things, you have to subscribe to him, which means he's getting something out of this immediately. Also, because he's running it like a competition, it means that you won't necessarily get a shout out if you enter. It's a maybe, not a definite. Number 2, turn my notifications on. Number 2 used to be stay active on my channel, and this was their way of making sure they didn't gain inactive subs. Because the thing with subbing to someone who you never watch, they're just going to be inactive, and this is mainly due to the fact that they don't like your content. But if people like your content, they'll come back for more. But if they're only subbing because they want to gain subs from your competition, they aren't going to watch your stuff and therefore be inactive. And although Skivat hasn't included this, there are plenty of people who have. Number 3, subscribe to the winners. Number 3 is his way of luring people into entering, because if you have to sub to the winner, you're going to want to enter. Because this is his guarantee that if you do get picked, which considering the length of this video is unlikely, then you'll at least have something to gain if you do. The problem with this is if you don't win for a long time, you're going to be subbed to all these people who you don't want to watch. Because when you sub to someone, you're probably doing it for one or two reasons. 1, you like their content, or 2, you want to support them. Subbing for liking people's content is normal, but subbing to someone for support doesn't necessarily mean you like their content. But people who are friends of the creators or like who they are as a person might do this because it's a way of showing your appreciation and support of a friend, even if you don't necessarily watch all of their content. Number 4, say Skivat sent you. Number 4 is Skivat's way of getting even more traction than he already does, because if people think these competitions work, then they're going to keep entering, so this is more of a guarantee and alluring tactic. Skivat here doesn't have some of the regular rules like stay active on my channel or sub to my second channel, but you can still see the way he gains from this more than anyone he shouts out.
By the way guys, if you are here for just the plain shoutouts, please leave my channel. I do not want you on my channel if you're just here for the shoutout.
What the fuck else are they here for then? If you're going to run a competition like this, you can't get all salty and toxic if that's solely what people are here for. Talk about the hypocrisy. He's so negative about it as well. He's got this cheery ass music in the background whilst he's telling people, I don't want you on my channel. If you're just here for shoutouts, then go away.
So guys, this guy is Connor. He does trending videos, he does really quite...
I'm sorry for stopping the video repeatedly. Like, I want to pick specific parts out of the video here, but this is really bad. It's him in the featured sub box. So clearly there's a bit of favoritism here. If you're going to run these shoutouts like a competition, then you have to treat it like a competition. I mean, if you just said that you're only picking channels that you like, that'd be fine, play favorites. But if you're running it like a competition to thousands of people, then you have to treat it like a competition. But obviously you've been in touch with this guy and asked him to put you in the sub box. I mean, this is for sure preferential treatment. You cannot play favorites if you're running it as a competition, because it just shows that it's all rigged.
So our second winner today is A-Cross. Now he has 267 subscribers when I'm watching.
Okay, so anyone that's entered this competition, clearly there's a hidden rule here. If you really want to win, put Skivat in your sub box, because clearly that's the way to go here.
This guy's getting another shout out because he donated on my Patreon. Now if you guys do not know, my Patreon is where you can also win a shout out by donating a certain amount of money.
Now, this was one thing that shocked me when I first watched the video. You can now buy yourself a shout out by donating money to this guy, which I have not seen before, and I consider it quite outrageous actually. This guy is running this like a competition, and now you can buy yourself a shout out from him on Patreon. If that does not tell you that this is for self-growth, then I don't know what will. This guy is purely doing this for subs, and clearly now doing it for money, not because he likes doing it, and that actually took me by surprise. It's so greedy and so money grabbing, and I came into this being objective, but that is just out of line in my opinion. I'm no longer objective. That it's outright scummy of him to do. Something that should also be a telltale sign is the rate of how quick this video is. He spent no time on it, and he just spoke about it super fast. The background for the entire thing is the thumbnail he made, and it's just such a poorly put together and rushed video. You can see that he doesn't really care about it. He's putting in minimal effort to get so much out of it, and that's how these competitions are abused. And I'd never seen the Patreon thing before today, but that is clearly abusing these competitions. Also, these competitions are almost always run by people who want self-growth. They don't care about you, they just want you to gain them subs, which clearly, with 18,000 subs, is working quite well for him so far. I said that earlier, that shoutouts are the easiest way to grow your channel, and that's true. But these competitions are built to thrive off of that. They're preying on it like a weakness that can lure you in. You know what I think is the best way to grow your content? Even better than shoutouts? Making good content in the first place. Pyrocynical featured I'm Alex in a video a while back, and Alex has shot up at least a good 50k since. And you know what? They've stuck around, and he's still growing, about to hit 100k. And you know why? Because he makes good content and he's worth sticking around for. And you may be asking yourself, he got lucky because Pyrocynical shouted him out. And yes, he did. But do you know why Pyrocynical shouted him out? Because he makes good content. Other creators out there will share your content for you if it is good enough. So please, focus on making your own content as good as you can get it, and it will get noticed. BionicPig and Zaptie both told me this themselves, and I think they're right. And a few days ago, a friend asked me about starting his own YouTube channel. We got to a point he brought up when he said, if one of us makes it big, bring the other guy with you. And I had to tell my friend that if one of us makes it big and shouts out the other, it's going to do more harm than good unless you have good content, which I'm more than happy to help you with. And I explained to him what I mentioned in this video. Shouting out someone doesn't always bring a huge following to your channel unless you have good content. And unless you have good content, they'll just end up leaving if they do sub. And I said to him that if he was able to make good content that I enjoyed, then I'd have no problem shouting him out. And I'd help him make this good content if he needed my help. And this wasn't me trying to get him to shape his content to appeal to me. It was more about that if he made good content that I thought was good, then I'd had every confidence that the shout out would do him good. And I just thought that was a really good point to bring up. I also want to mention, because of how long it took me to make this video, Skivat has since wiped his channel, which means you can't really watch this video online anymore, but he does still exist with a changed channel name and also another channel which presumably holds his full name. This actually happened with the first guy I was going to make a video on, and through some stroke of terrible luck, it's happened again. But the reason I'm actually mentioning this is because I have an interesting theory behind it. And I believe that this is Skivat, or Skylar as he's now known, doesn't like promoting other channels. As much as he runs his shoutout series, I don't think he likes doing it. Why they do this is because Skivat and his Shoutout Sunday friends don't like promoting other YouTubers because they see YouTube as this huge competition, and bringing anyone else up might hurt your views or something. There's also the theory that he knows these shoutout series are scummy and doesn't want it to follow him, so hence the wipe. And there's definitely one more point I want to bring up, and that is the Patreons. Skivat said earlier in his video that one guy paid for him to do the shoutout. Now, if Skivat took all of the videos down, then he's essentially reneged on his part of the deal here. Patreon is funded by creators almost all of the time giving back to the Patreons, and all those people who paid to be in the video are now essentially gone, and so is their money. These Patreons have essentially been scammed, and I believe that they should either get their money back or Skivat should reimburse these videos, because Skivat's done a runner, and I don't think he should get away with this. And you can tell that people only ever subscribe for the shoutouts anyway, because on the Skivat channel when he was doing them, he had 18,000 subscribers. This is his new channel revolving around gaming. Now, I do know one guy who I think is a shining example of how these shoutouts should be done, and that is my friend MonkeyManMik, or Joe as I like to refer to him. I recently met Joe and we were talking offline about things like shoutouts, and he directed me to a video he did last year about shoutouts.
Right guys, what is up? My name is MonkeyManMik. So yeah, couple of things I would say to you guys. I am planning on starting back up the Showcase Sunday thing, but it's not going to be called Showcase Sunday because I can't promise it'll always be on a Sunday with my work schedule. I'm thinking channel of the week, or channels of the week. So basically, all you have to do, there's none of this subscribe to my channel bullshit, there's none of this like the video, you don't even have to like the video, I don't mind. All I want you guys to do is benefit from me telling my viewers about your channel, if that makes sense. So all you have to do is just comment in the video, comment on this video down below if you want to be featured in Channels of the Week.
And Joe, personally for me, did everything right. You don't have to sub to his channel, you don't even have to like the video. All you have to do is comment down below so that you can find your channel, which is applaudable really. Joe asks for nothing and provides only benefit to the people entering. Again, no benefit for him, but benefit for people entering. He's not even running it like a competition. All you gotta do is comment so that he can find you, and if he likes you, he'll feature you. Now you could say, Dak, you just bash Skivat for playing favorites, and you'd be right, Eric. But Joe is upfront that he'll only choose people that he likes and that it's not a competition. Which I mentioned earlier, if you're going to run it like a competition, then it has to be equal, but Joe isn't doing that, and that's why I recommend, if you're going to do a shoutout series, I recommend you don't, but if you are going to do one, keep it at a minimum number of people per video so that they don't become names lost in this huge crowd of shoutouts, and don't have them follow 1,000,001 rules to enter. You also don't even have to make a competition out of it. If they help you out or do you a favour YouTube wise, or even if they're your friend and you just like their content, consider shouting them out, but don't do it as a bribe. Don't take money for it from Patreon. Again, the main message of these videos is to benefit other people and not yourself. Selflessness over selfishness. One more thing. Can you stop calling it Shoutout Sunday? Do it on a Tuesday or something. Fuck the alliteration. Thanks for watching.